When we begin our painting, you're going to start with red paint. You'll use your big paintbrush, and you'll also need paper towel and water to rinse your brush in between colors. You rinse in the water like this and then dry off your brush with your paper towel. That way you can make sure your brush is nice and clean before you start with the color. Dip your big red brush in the red paint, and you're going to paint a big line for the top of our rainbow. When you've finished painting your red line, rinse your brush again. Get it nice and clean before you start with your second color. Next, we'll begin with yellow, and you're going to get just yellow paint on your brush and leave a little bit of space between your yellow line and your red line. Okay, now we've finished that yellow line. Rinse, rinse, rinse the brush and dry it. Now we will get our third and final primary color, blue. Leave a little space again and make a blue line below your yellow line with a little space in between. Okay, now we're going to rinse, 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 get that brush nice and clean and dry it. Brush, you're going to take a little bit of red paint and yellow paint and mix them together. So I'm taking my yellow paint and putting it into a divot there, and I'm going to put it in the divot next to the other one too, because I'm going to use yellow to mix with blue after this. So I'm going to now rinse out my brush, make it nice and clean before I mix in some red to my yellow to make orange. Okay, now with my clean brush, I'm going to grab a little bit of red and set it here next to my red divot before I add some red to my yellow. Now I'm mixing. You might notice that the red is a stronger color than yellow. You might find, like I do, that you might need just a little more yellow. I'm going to squeeze a little more yellow paint into this, mix it up, and then paint it into my rainbow between red and yellow, the colors that we use to make orange. Okay, now that we're finished with that orange line, rinse, 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 clean, 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 and dry your brush. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of blue and mixing it into my yellow to make green. Get that nice and mixed up and then use that color in between our blue and our yellow in the space of our rainbow. Once we finish our green line, we one more time need to rinse, rinse, rinse our brush out and then dry, dry, dry. And we have one more color to mix. We're going to mix a bit of blue, just a little bit of blue into our red because the blue is a little bit stronger than the red also to make our purple. And the purple is going to go below the blue. But to get purple, we mix red and blue together. Okay, now that we've finished painting, we need to put our painting on the drying rack to dry and start cleaning our brushes and palettes.